Beach now to Wilmington and apparently staying on PCH heading towards Lamar.
2nd Street and Petroleum Avenue in Harbor City. LAPD, of course, now has been made aware. To Dennis's point, everybody's on this. All agencies, all hands on deck, given this armed and dangerous suspect here on surface streets, slowing down, thank goodness, given just how tight these streets are. There's not a lot of room. We see another airship below. Dennis, your reaction as we're seeing him seem to just slow down and take a beat.
Well, he's trying to figure out what he's going to do next. I mean, he's driving around. He has probably no idea. He's noticed the windshield. It looks like there's been bullet holes or something that's gone to the windshield. There's something on the windshield, maybe the dashboard. But he doesn't know where he's going. He's just trying to find a way to escape. And now he's in a residential neighborhood where you have a lot of people, a lot of narrow streets. It just gets more and more dangerous as this continues. More dangerous for the public, dangerous for the officers. And they want to take it into custody, but he's in a very narrow area right now, surrounded by residents and surrounded by people in those residents. It's very dangerous for everyone, the police officers, the community, everyone that's encountering this.
Somebody in a wheelchair.
Oh my gosh.
Dennis, you are so right. This is increasingly dangerous. Okay, the driver stopping. Is there traffic in the way? Is there a person in the way? You saw somebody in a wheelchair crossing the street. And now these crazy speeds again.
Oh, my gosh.
Erratic, crazy speeds. And why this person got off PCH, we have no idea. Are they trying to circle back to a different neighborhood? Dennis, do you get a feel that this driver knows the area at all or just driving randomly?
I don't think they know the area. They're just in and out, major area, residential, community, business area. They're just wandering to try and get away. And with the chopper overhead, I don't know how high or low that chopper is. There's no way they're going to let this person go. And there's probably multiple choppers. And Stu knows when they communicate, they all communicate back and forth.
Oh, we're seeing a black and white now. Sorry to interrupt, but we are finally seeing a black and white gaining on the suspect in this residential area. This is President Avenue and 257th Street, now PCH, in Harbor City. We haven't seen an officer this close behind stopping. It's that cat and mouse. What do you make of that behavior when you see somebody armed and dangerous and then sort of playing with authorities, Dennis?
Well, this is very, very unusual. I've been involved in many pursuits, none like this. And as we see more and more of these situations taking place, but in the middle of the afternoon, the school's out, people are out, walking around. This isn't like 4 o'clock in the morning. This is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, almost 4:10. So it's extremely dangerous for that community. Everyone in that community, if they're watching, stay in your home, lock your doors, and secure yourself, because it wouldn't surprise me if he abandons the car and then tries to break into a residence, and then we've got more problems, and we have a standoff. But fortunately, the officers behind him, and they need to stay close behind, because if he bails from that car, they need to apprehend him as quickly as possible. And here, a residential area, who knows what home he's going to break into, and then we've got a hostage situation. So this just compounds more and more the hazards and what the officers have to do to bring this to an end, a final end, and it doesn't look like it's going to end shortly.
Yeah, no regard for human life, no regard for other people, children, somebody in a wheelchair. Oh, he hits a police car.
He hit a car
crashed in the pole.
Into the pole, Dennis. You're going to see this. So he's
going to bail. He's okay.
He's out.
Suspect
and he's going to
run. He's running. Remember, he had a weapon. Does he have the weapon with him, or did he not get the weapon as he hit that pole there? Suspect is running. Traffic. Lock your doors, everyone. Oh, gosh, he's trying to carjack other people.
Oh, please.
Hoping everybody has their doors locked as this suspect is making a run for it. Not overly fast.
Car, hit the pole.
Police right there. Police right there. Oh, wow.
Right.
They got him.
There we go.
They got him.
Yeah, Dennis, you'll see there's a tackle with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a dozen officers at this point, and they are getting this suspect into handcuffs just as soon as humanly possible.
Oh my God!
Yes,
yeah,
Dennis. This is the most unusual I've seen.
As we were reminding you, you're just a little bit behind as you're seeing this. Remember, he had a gun. He had a gun.
Yeah.
Are they making sure his hands are free? You see a lot of officers there.
There's enough officers. They're going to cuff him real quick. They're going to take him into custody. He's obviously struggling with the officers, so don't think they're beating the individual. He's struggling. He doesn't want to surrender, and they're trying to put the handcuffs on him, trying to get his hands behind him, and they're on top of him. And he may have a gun in his waistband. He may have a gun in his pocket. But what they want to do now is handcuff this individual, get him into custody. And he's obviously resisting because that's why there's so many people on top of him to get the handcuffs on him. And I think they're deputy sheriffs by the uniform. It looks like they're deputy sheriffs that are in custody, along with the officers in the dark uniforms from the local jurisdictions.
Well, he really is resisting
thank God
there.
It's come to an end, and innocent people haven't gotten hurt, and he's into custody. And they're still trying to look at how long it's taken to put the handcuffs on him with all those officers. They're going
they still haven't succeeded yet. And again, reminding our viewers that you're a few seconds behind, so it doesn't seem that they have successfully cuffed him, looking like they're trying to subdue him still. We can't get a good look at the suspect, Christine.
It looks like they were able to restrain his feet and his legs there, which is so important because, Dennis, you know, I've done those simulation villages where a suspect had a gun or a knife in their sock or the bottom of their shoe. So they got to really restrain this guy and make sure he has no access to anything that he might be hiding on his body. And we know he's fired at officers and fired out of his vehicle more than once. They got to make sure there's no gun on that person.
Exactly. And that's what they're doing. They got to search to make sure that no gun in his waistband or pocket. And that's why they're going to do the tie of the legs and the handcuffs and make sure. And that's why they're on top before they let him up. They want to make sure that if there is the gun, if it's not on him, if it's in the car, they'll be searching the car if they haven't already started that. Because you have an army of officers there, but you saw what it took to put this person into custody. When he got in the crash, that's when the termination of the pursuit is when he crashed into that pole.
Yeah, and so you'll see he's now being carried by 3 deputy officers to a vehicle to be taken away, but literally carried. One's got his feet, and you're getting a little bit better look at him.
Well, here's my question. Do you think perhaps the driver here is on some kind of drugs?
Very well could be. Very well could be.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me with his driving pattern. But they don't want him walking because they haven't done a thorough search, and they want to make sure that he's in custody. His hands are tied behind him with the cuffs. His legs are restrained. Obviously, we saw what he has done, and so they can't take any chances. And what they're doing is putting him in a vehicle. They'll do a thorough search, but what they want to do is get him into custody in a car, and then they'll do a thorough search to find out if he's got a gun in his waistband or any other place. He may have more than one gun. We know he's already fired at an officer, so this particular situation, he's getting in a sheriff's vehicle. They put him in a sheriff's car.
Yeah, and then we've panned over, Skyfox, over the scene where it all came to a crashing end. It looked like an officer's vehicle was hit, an unsuspecting driver. I think that white truck was also hit, if I'm not mistaken, there. We hope that everybody involved is okay. Wouldn't surprise me if the suspect sustained some injuries given this look right here of that heavy-duty pickup that slammed into that pole, the stoplight pole there on the corner. This all coming to a crashing end just a couple of minutes ago in Harbor City. We were on it, up and over it, live here on Fox 11 for the last 45 minutes. A very dangerous, high-speed pursuit of a suspect wanted for hit and run, reckless driving, and carjacking. It has come to an end.
Thank goodness. And Marla, it was this unsuspecting, I'll say that word, the officer in that one vehicle was hit from behind as that driver came up trying to wedge his way in between vehicles. Let's take a look at what happened here. Now this came to an end. Okay, right there, trying to wedge his way, hits the police car, and goes into the pole. Now wait for them. The door is going to open, and the suspect's going to take off on a foot bail here. You got to watch law enforcement. Remember, he had a gun. He had a gun. Apparently, it doesn't seem he was able to grab that gun when that crash happened. There he is on the run. Law enforcement right behind him.
And then he tries to carjack this person.
That was so scary. Lock your doors, I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So he makes a run for it. You'll see him up here. The officer successfully gets him, tackles him, and then that's when several officers are now on him. He has since been taken into custody, put in a deputy vehicle, and he will be carted off to jail.
You know, as you watch that, the number of officers there on that driver.
Is this the second person being taken into custody?
This is here.
this is interesting. This is somebody else, looks to be detained.
Was there a second person in the vehicle?
There may have been. There may have been.
Huh. All right, we'll have to wait to get official word on what happened there and who the second person is. It was interesting how we talked about, Marla, how is this pursuit going to come to an end? And that police vehicle there to your right gets hit as the driver is trying to wedge his way in between traffic, and that's what spins him out of control into a pole. It wasn't necessarily an innocent motorist. It wasn't somebody in the street. It was a police car that suspect hit. And, you know, he really did try to struggle there with law enforcement, and he'd fired shots more than once. You can understand their very serious concern.
And also just how dangerous it was for all of those unsuspecting drivers and the pedestrians out there in and out of shopping centers, through crosswalks, down, driving down the wrong way multiple times, speeds 110 miles per hour at times.
Yeah, really crazy. Well, as we look at this, we're going to say thank you to our experts who joined us by phone, Stu Mandel from Good Day LA and Sky Fox, and Dennis Syme. Thank you so much.
Dennis, thank you. Stu, thank you.
Yeah, we're going to try to find out who this other person is that is being talked to. Not sure if they're in custody or under arrest or what's going on there, but they're obviously talking to that person, and find out hopefully a little bit more. Have the update for you on Fox 11 News at 5 o'clock. All
right, now we're going to throw you off to TMZ, already in progress. We'll see.
All right, so that was the coverage there from our team, Fox 11 Los Angeles, always doing a great job when it comes to these types of breaking news situations. And now we continue a live look in Orange County right now after an intense police chase. The suspect is under arrest, and we also saw another person under arrest too. So we'll wait and see what the deal is with that situation. But I want to play out just some of the highlights. There was many highlights here from this police chase, and it all had to do with a suspect or suspects shooting out of the window. Let's bring this to you right here on Live Now from Fox and show you. Take a look at this moments ago as that suspect was able to fire many rounds. And we're going to slow it down for everybody because I know that happened really quick. So let's slow it down right here for you on Live Now from Fox. And really, you're going to see the shots being fired here. There they are right there. Those are the flashes. And that was just one of many that happened during this police chase. I want to show you some more right here on Live Now from Fox. This one you could really see here as the suspect then was able to drive off again after firing some more shots as well. And then let's go out to more. This happened 3 different times at least. Take a look here, and you could really see those muzzle flashes there. Let's play that back for you one more time. I know it happened really quick there, but wanted to make sure that you see it there. That is just how scary this situation is, not only for law enforcement that were being shot at, but anybody in the area that could have been hurt by this gunfire. Now I want to show you the conclusion of how this happened. Take a look here how it ended, and it happened just like that, going in between the car and the police car, and then that suspect running off there, and then eventually being tackled down by police. As you can see, he did try to get into another vehicle. He already carjacked one, and it started with this chase started in a Mercedes. Then that suspect going into that pickup, tried to go into another pickup, and then suspect going on the sidewalk and then taken down by police and then cuffed right there. All a very, very wild day. Let's go back out live for you. These are live aerials from our Sky Fox team showcasing this all to you right here, of course, on Live Now from Fox. This is just a great example of why we always say we are live, raw, and unfiltered. We brought you this chase from the very beginning, didn't dip out, showed you the live coverage, breaking news elements, all as it was happening in real time. We're just happy to say that this chase ended peacefully and not not in a way that caused injury to the people that were just out and about on a Friday afternoon in the Los Angeles area here. It is just past 4:20 their local time, and you can see police now have the police tape up. And a continued investigation will be happening right here on Live Now from Fox. We appreciate all our viewers continuing to watch us all in real time here, as this was a wild police chase. We we cover several, probably, a couple a month, I would say, and we're only in March, but I'm going to say this already. This was the most intense of the year, hands down, and it might end up there by the end of the year. It still might be the most intense out of the whole year there. Really something from law enforcement there, as they were able to continue to track that suspect and eventually get that arrest there, and getting that bad suspect there behind bars and eventually going to be booked there. So we are going to do a quick 2-minute break here on Live Now from Fox. Stay right here with us. You never know what's going to happen next. That's the beauty here of Live Now from Fox.